Hi everyone and welcome back to Meta-morph. This video will be the first tournament report style video. So in these types of videos I'll structurally break down a tournament that I recently played. Go into the type of tournament it was, my expectations and goals going into the tournament, what kind of list I brought, and why. Then going digging a bit deeper into each game I played, like what opponent did I play, what secondaries did we pick, what was the results of the game, and then to help develop my playing, becoming a better player, I'm also going into a bit of the lessons I learned from the games and what I think going forward with Genestealer Cult. So let's get into it. For this tournament, it was a small RTT, a local RTT with 10 players, a 3-round tournament, so just one day. I knew there were going to be some good players and some tough factions, and I was right. We had 2 Salamanders list, a White Scars list, Imperial Fists, so I mean lots of Marines, they're always tough. Then some Custodies in Admech, yeah, some tough opponents. Nurgle, yeah, that's nasty. And then also some Tau and Necrons, which, yeah, you can put up a good fight. So yeah, some tough opposition here. I wanted this to be a learning experience for me. It was my first tournament in 9th edition and also my first ever tournament with Genestealer Cults, so I didn't really expect much. Just, go there, have some fun, learn some things, get more used to the army. I did have a small goal, that was to not come in last place. It felt like, yeah, that's a realistic goal. I did not really expect to win anything. Alright, so my list that I brought, it was a bit, a bit restricted with the models I had. So, because you really need a lot of models to put together a 2,000 point Genestealer Cult force. But I decided to bring a Bladed Cog battalion and a patrol. So for HQs I had a Patriarch, Primus and a Magus, all with Brood Coven of course, given us some extra world traits, and also Jackal Alphas for that important +1 to hit. For troops I had 6 Neophytes in 6 squads, all with double mining laser and some grenade launchers and webbers thrown in wherever I had the points. And then we had 30 Acolytes in 3 squads. All 10-man squads. All 3 squads had a cult icon, and 2 of them had extra heavy mining weapons, mostly rock saws. The 3rd squad had only rending claws. For elites, I had the Meta-morph. It's always a good pick. A Dagger Sanctus, a Clamavus, and a Nexus for trying to get some extra command points. And also 5 Aberrants. The Hypermorph had a hammer, the rest of them just got picks. I know they're a bit too expensive for what they do, but I didn't really have much of a choice with my limited model collection. And then for fast attack I had a small squad of bikes with 4 Jackals and a quad bike. I think I had a mining laser on it. And then I also had some heavy hitters with my 3 Ridge Runners in a single unit with mining lasers and flare launchers. So, I mean, probably not the best list, a bit too many characters, but a lot of bodies, a lot of obsec, and getting the 6+ Pheno Pain from Bladed Cog should make it a little more survivable. And also being able to move with all those Neophytes and fire the mining lasers without penalty should be okay. My thinking was if I run into any vehicle heavy lists or any lists with low model count heavy infantry, all these mining lasers could probably do some work. So yeah, not too bad. Alright. First game, played Tau. Played Mission 13 from the Grand Tournament book, Vital Intelligence. So there was 6 objectives, and to score the primary you had to hold 2 objectives, or hold 3 objectives, or hold more objectives to get your primary points. And also a bit special for this mission was that the objective stayed in your control even if you left it. So that was pretty cool. Then the Tau list. When I saw it, I immediately thought, I can't really score against this, because it was a triple Riptide, 2 with burst cannons, 1 with the giant ion accelerator relic, and then triple a unit of 3 broadsides with all missiles. So, and lots of drones and a commander. So I mean, it's a very durable list that can put out a ton of firepower. I also had a few fire warrior units there, but they weren't really a big threat. So when picking secondaries against this list, I thought I can't really hurt this list. I'm just gonna kill drones, and I don't really kill drones so well with my list. So I picked secondaries that didn't really care about what the enemy was doing. So I picked Raise the Banners, Engage on All Fronts, and Psychic Ritual. Psychic Ritual was more like, I want to try it out. But it turned out to be a trap. The Tau player picked While We Stand We Fight, of course. Yes, 3 Riptides that were very durable, and they lived out through the game. So they also picked Assassinate and Abort a Witch, just to get points for killing my characters. Yeah, the game, it was a pretty good game. I took a lot of objectives early on and held them, got a lot of primary points and banner points, and made sure I got some points from Engage on All Fronts every turn. But in the end, like, the Tau firepower was too much. I was just losing guys left and right, and by the end of the game I was almost tabled. So it was a Tau victory, 86-61. Still a respectable score, I think. But yeah, a loss is still a loss. So we move on to game 2. Okay, so game 2. I played Nurgle mixed with Death Guard. We played mission 23, the Scouring. So there were 5 objectives, and you had to hold 2 objectives, hold 3 objectives, or hold more objectives for the primary. Yeah, the Nurgle list, it had a lot of durable units. So he had 3 Plague Bird Crawlers with the flamer thingies, and a big blob of Terminators, some Nurglings and Cultists, and then some characters, and also an artillery piece in the back. I can't remember the name of it, but it shot a lot. Yeah, and for secondaries, I saw this again. Like, I can't really I can't really hurt this list, because those Plague Bird Crawlers, he was playing the I don't know, the special company or whatever they called that, so he could give the Plague Bird Crawlers a 4+ invul save. I mean, sure, I can probably kill one, but I can't kill all 3. I will die before I can kill all 3 of them. So again, I picked secondaries, like, okay, I don't really want to interact with my enemy. So I picked Domination, because I had 3 objectives fairly close to my deployment. I also picked Deploy Scanners. And Mental Interrogation, because I thought yeah, I'll try this out. Another psychic one. The Nurgle player, he picked Psychic Ritual, Scanners, and Assassinate. I think it was Assassinate at least, but yeah. It ended up to being like a really tight game. I controlled the middle in the beginning, but he was slowly pushing out and then pushed me off it. Then I started going down the flanks, trying to steal an objective from some Nurglings, but I failed miserably. It was just, as when you play against Death Guards, it's just a slow and painful death for me. But I managed to get a decent amount of points and deny my opponent some points. Unfortunately, mental interrogation, I think I only managed to get 3 points from it, so it was not really worth it. Though I did deny my opponent his psychic ritual, so that was it was something at least. But yeah, Nurgle won. So second loss of the day, going into the third game. And what do I face in the third game? Salamander Successors. Yay! I've heard about this list, or this type of list, but haven't really did a deeper research about it or played against it a bit earlier. But yeah, we play mission 33, priority target. So you each pick a priority. You move around a bit, pick a priority target. There are 5 objectives, and you got primary points for holding 1, holding 2, and holding more. And so in this Salamander Successor list, there were aggressors with flamers and bolters, I think, and then some centurions with flamers and a drop pod with grad devastators, some eradicators, infiltrators that covered up his deployment zone, some Forge World land speeders, I think they called it Tempest land speeder or something, and like a Scorpius whirlwind in the back. So it was like a lot of anti-infantry firepower, which was not good for me. So I saw this again, and I was like, I can't interact with this army. It's like, sure, I can try to hit them, but they will hit me back so hard. So I didn't really know what to do. I picked Engage on all fronts, mental interrogation, and banners, just to try and get some points. The Salamander's list, Salamander player, he picked priority target, which, looking back at it, it seems like a really good secondary for this mission, because you're gonna need. You pick a priority target in your deployment zone basically, and if you hold it for 5 turns, you get 15 points. I mean, that's pretty good. And then he also picked Finder Ranks and Assassinate. So I mean, he was looking to table me basically. So how did the game go? Well, he tabled me. But like by turn 3, I was tabled. There were I did some counter punching in my first turn, but it was not nearly enough, and all my mining lasers whiffed. I couldn't even kill a single land speeder. It's just my Aberrants, they charged into the Space Marine scouts, they failed to kill them, so they held on to the objective, and it was just terrible. Yeah, just terrible. So Salamander's successors, I didn't mention the successors he played once, so he got cover if I was shooting from more than 12 inches away, and also increased the range on his assault weapons, so his flamers were range 11 or whatever, so he could come in from reserve and flame me. So yeah, but Salamanders won 96-24, so pretty huge victory. Yeah. So final result of the tournament, I came in last place. I got totally smashed. So I lost all 3 games. to be fair, first game, okay, I got a decent score. Second game, it was pretty tight actually. I could have won that with a bit of luck, but you can't rely on luck in this game. And third game, I mean, his list was basically, it was designed to kill my list. So, yeah, I did not really stand much of a chance. Okay, so what did we learn from all this? Well, I noticed in my first game that I hadn't really thought a lot about like deployment with the blips and everything, like what to put into reserve. I mean, I had a general plan, but when I stood there, I was like, okay, wait, how many units do I need to blip? And usually, if you play casual games, you can figure those things out. But in a tournament, when you're playing on time, you really want to plan it out on beforehand. So that's something I've been doing for every game since I played this tournament, because it makes things a lot easier. And like in these games, I often try to play a game, like a game plan, strategy, where I did not engage with the enemy. I just tried to hold objectives and survive, but it did not work for my list, at least. I think had I skipped out on a lot of my weapon options, like special weapons, and just got rid of some aberrants, if I just had more bodies, then maybe that type of list could work, but it's not really a fun list to play. Just like a lot of bodies that don't really do anything. I mean, you're just running up to objectives and die. So probably try to hit a little harder in future games. And yeah, people still bring a lot of guns. So I expect everything to die, basically. It's just how long can I prolong it, and can I prolong it long enough for me to score enough points to win. And also, obviously, I need more models in my collection, so I can optimize future lists. Because being forced to take like aberrants and like some characters that I didn't really need, it was not really ideal. Some more lessons I learned, mostly regarding secondaries. The psychic secondaries, I think they're a trap. I really did not get great value out of them. They're way too easy to deny, and our characters, they die easy, and you really need them to do the psychic powers instead of the psychic secondaries or the psychic actions. Because I mean, our psychic powers, they're great, and they buff up our units a lot. So, and you can't really pay what is a Magus like 85 points just to have a character to do psychic actions all game. I don't think it's not worth it. So I'm gonna be skipping out on the psychic secondaries probably like forever. I mean, never say never, but I don't think I'm ever gonna pick them again. I also realized that deploy scanners is really great for Genestealer Cult. I mean, you can easily just drop in like a small infantry unit, like in the enemy deployment zone, just do the action in your turn, and then if they die, it's okay. So that's quick and easy 10 points. So I'm probably gonna pick that in every game going forward. And one thing I noticed, a lot of people picked Assassinate against me, and I could use some of my stratagems, Return to the Shadows, and They Came From Below, just like pick up those characters again and put them down in the next turn, just to deny my opponent the kills. It was really, really fun, actually. Just to be able to hold on to your characters and like move, like suddenly like pick it up and then next turn put it down on the other side of the table. So yeah, I think those are great. Okay, so going forward now, I think I'm gonna experiment a bit more with transports, see if I can get some more durability to put on objectives. I only have one Goliath truck at the moment, but I'm building up two rock grinders, they're called. So I'm gonna try that out. I've also been thinking about using some like sheep troops, like without any upgrades, like 10 neophytes without any upgrades, or 5 acolytes without any upgrades, just to like do actions like deploy scanners or engage on all fronts and stuff like that. And then I'm really trying to find a way to like put a bit more punch in my army. Like, how can I hurt my opponent's army? Like turn 2, most likely. Like come in from reserve and really hurt them. I probably won't be able to like wipe them out, but just to hurt them enough so that my army can survive a bit longer. And yeah, as I said before, it's time to build and paint some more moles. I need some more options in my collection to be able to optimize my lists and like really like look at the missions, like what do I want to do here. So yeah, and yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching. If you learned anything from this, great. If you got any feedback from me, just put it down in the comments. Yeah, and until next time, bye.